to probably change into something more appropriate for this video.
Much better.
Oh yeah.
Hi, so my name is Alisa, and a few days ago I asked you guys on my Twitter to ask me some questions about college, and today I'm gonna answer them. So just a little backstory on me. I am currently a freshman in college at San Jose State University, and I felt it was most appropriate to do this video while eating some ramen because, you know, college budget. So I'm gonna answer your questions about college, and hopefully this video will help you guys if you guys are interested in coming to San Jose State, if you guys are confused about college decisions, you guys are just curious about my college life. So let's get started. What kind of grades or classes did you take during high school? So during high school, I was definitely top 10% of my class. I took a lot of AP classes. Overall, I think I took about 6 AP classes. And the reason for that is because I wanted to get a lot of college credit, and that way I could save a lot of money on my college education. What colleges did you get accepted to? I plan to make a much more elaborate video about my college acceptances and the whole process of like applications and stuff like that. But basically I got accepted to 4 schools, obviously San Jose State, University of Redlands, University of the Pacific, and UC Irvine. Why did you choose San Jose? So I pretty much chose San Jose State for the main purpose of getting away from home. So if you didn't know, I live in Southern California. So moving to San Jose, where it's on the other side of the state, really gave me that freedom that I was looking for.
Oh my gosh, I'm like shaking. I'm not used to talking so much in videos.
How is college different than high school? So high school is I feel like high school pretty much took up your whole week in the sense of how much time you spent there non-stop. So in high school, for me at least, I was at school from about 9 o'clock to 4:30 almost every day because of clubs. And so that was just very draining because by the time I got home I was so tired, wanted to take a nap, so I never really felt that I had enough free time to myself. So in college, you get to choose your schedule and you have so much free time. So if you guys didn't see in my last video, I kind of explained my schedule a bit to you guys, but on Mondays and Wednesdays, I only have a 3 o'clock class. So it's literally only 1 hour that I'm at school, 23 hours of the day left over on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I have so much free time, and that just makes me more motivated to do homework, and so that's pretty much the biggest difference between high school and college. How are you living off campus? I thought dorming was required for freshmen at San Jose State. So at San Jose State, it is very much required to live on campus and to dorm if you didn't go to a high school within Santa Clara County. So I actually got a deferral because I didn't want to pay for the price of dorming, and I had a backup where I could live with family off campus, which is basically what I'm doing right now. So that's how I'm living off campus now. Basically, I had a financial deferral because I didn't want to pay for dorming. Are you homesick? I'm thinking of going to university far from home too. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not homesick at all. I love being on my own. I love, you know, just kind of doing my own thing, having that freedom to do whatever I want whenever I want, being able to sleep in and not having my mom come in all the time. But at the same time, you know, I do miss all of my friends at home, and I miss all my family at home, so I do plan to go back home soon. What is your major? How did you know it was the right choice? So my major is business with a concentration in finance. So I chose all my schools literally based on the fact if they had a good business program or not. So the thing is, I'm not even sure if I wanted to do finance. You know, when I was doing college applications, I had just became a senior. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So I thought, okay, what was something practical that I didn't mind doing? And so finance is something that I chose based on that. So right now I'm just kind of testing the waters and seeing if that's the right choice for me. So if you guys are still undecided, I would recommend doing something that I did, where it is, you know, finding something that's practical and you wouldn't mind doing, and then later on as you're in college you can kind of decide whether or not that's the right choice for you. Because honestly, college, very little amount of people go into college knowing exactly what they want to do. So if you're going in a little, you know, iffy and undecided, then there's nothing wrong with that. What was your GPA in high school? Did you think you get accepted to San Jose State? And how did you pick which colleges to apply to? So, for a while, okay. Well, my overall GPA in high school was a 3.6. I was in a program where I actually talked to a counselor once a month about college applications. So one day I went to my counselor and I was all like,
Hey, I want to go to San Jose State.
and she was literally like, and then she explained to me how there is your safe school, your school, and your reach schools. And she basically said that San Jose State was in the region because for business especially, they can be pretty competitive. And I can see that because now that I'm in San Jose State, I can see how many people I've encountered that are also business majors. But honestly, for me, it was a 50-50 chance that I would be getting accepted to San Jose State or not. How did you pick which colleges to apply to? I kind of brushed on this earlier. I picked all my schools based on whether they had a good business program or not because I had no idea what major I wanted to do, but I already knew I wanted to go in with finance. And so when I chose what colleges I wanted to apply to, they were all business, they all had concentrations in finance, they were all known for having, you know, good business programs. To narrow it down even more, I kind of chose it based on location. So my mom was basically like, we're only allowing you to do 8 applications, so choose wisely. And so from that, I chose 4 schools in Southern California and 4 schools in Northern California. And so I kind of based my choosing of applications on not only the major, but the location and the size of the school. I feel like those were the biggest defining factors for me. Also, I'm a big fan of food and boba and exploring things in that field. So I did a lot of research about good food within all the schools that I was applying to. If you guys didn't know, San Jose has some bomb food and boba, so. I hear parking is outrageously difficult and frustrating. Since you're off campus, how is commuting and parking? Do you have any tips? I don't know if this is how most schools have it, but at San Jose State, you have the option of parking in either the main garages that are on campus or at the football game where they have a park and ride system. And I explained that in my last video if you guys are wondering what the park and ride system is. So how it breaks down is parking is easy early in the morning. So basically some tips are, if you're going later in the day, probably after 10 o'clock, don't even bother going to the main garages. But if you're going early in the morning, maybe before 10 o'clock, then go for the main garages, but you might wait a little bit. So I think that's all the questions I'm going to be answering today. If you guys have any more questions about college, feel free to comment them down below, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. But for now, I'm going to finish up my ramen.
She said,
Thank you to everyone who asked me questions.
you know where to find me. Hey, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. Never see a drop a jab low like they did it in the 90s.
College, y'all.